Alright, so as promised last time, I figured I'll show you how to install the graphical user interface. So to do that, we'll do sudo apt update, type in our super secret password, and going to wait for it to do all its things. Alright, now we do sudo apt install Windows task cell. Yeah, task cell is in there. Now what we do is do sudo task cell. And there we go. So after running sudo task cell, we can use this to install all the tools we might want to need. So yeah, we can pick whatever we want and it will install everything for us. So we want a desktop environment, one that's very lightweight, so we're going to pick Ubuntu minimal installation. Yeah, use the spacebar to pick things, then press tab. We're just going to install the graphical environment for now. If we want to, we can install our OpenSSH server from here, or our Samba file server, or SQL database, or even a mail server. But for now, let's have a look. There's also a Ubuntu one, then Kubuntu and LAMP server. There's a bunch of stuff you can install. You know what? Let's pick the, where was it? Ubuntu minimal installation. Let's pick the Ubuntu minimal installation, press tab, press space, and it's going to get everything ready for us. And we do not have to do anything complicated. It's going to just get all the packages, install them, and we should be done. This may take about 2 to 3 minutes or even longer depending on your internet connection. So again, just be patient. It says 2 minutes, so we'll see how that goes. Also, one thing to remember is that by using this, it will install all the necessary software for us, just to get it all running, which is really neat if you want to set it up real quickly. Alright, so we are already at around 200 packages out of 565 packages. So we're just gonna have to sit through this. Also, one thing I didn't mention, the reason why we ran the sudo apt update command is to be able to get all the packages we need, because sometimes it just errors out. So if it errors out, just run sudo apt update and it should continue flawlessly. It's just that we want to let it know, like, hey, look for this package over here and not that. So that's what we did. I think I'm going to get back to you guys when it's finished retrieving all the files, because I don't think it's gonna finish that quickly. So yeah, it should finish up just now. Yeah, 560 or 565, come on. There we go. So once it retrieves all the files and packages, it's going to install them. and also remove some unnecessary ones and just prepare it for us in order to work with our environment. It's mostly compromised of waiting, so just be patient. It also installed LightDM for us, so this one is like the simplest method of installing a graphical user interface if you really need to have that on your system. Yeah, we're just waiting here to get it all installed. This shouldn't take that long, however. Also, one really neat thing, since we picked the minimal one, we shouldn't see a big growth in terms of memory use, even with the graphical environment, so that's just a thing to keep in mind. I also plan on making some videos about using OpenBSD, so if you want to see that, just let me know. And we'll see how everything else goes. So far it's been going quite well. Ugh, I'm sorry. I'm recording this quite late at night and I'm a bit tired. So yeah, it's still installing. Again, you can pick whatever desktop environment you want. I'm not gonna judge. It's up to you. What do you want to do? Alright, we're about to hit 90%. Ugh. Okay, 96. Yeah, we're pretty much finishing up everything. One really cool thing about this is that it's going to set it up everything for us, so we do not have to do it a really difficult way. And this is just going to work since it's the terminal user interface and it's going to be run pretty much anything. Now I could have installed OpenBox and just left it with that, but I just want to show you that it's much easier to install desktop environments if you really need to have multiple ones. Again, you can install pretty much every single desktop environment over there if you really need to have that. Okay, 99%, come on. Now bear in mind we have about like what, 400 megs of RAM in our virtual machine. Ugh. But it's not like we are using them fully, like all the time. That's not how it is. Okay, seems like we're done. So if we do a sudo reboot, it should reboot now. You can see it also changed the logo and everything. The splash, it pretty much changed the splash screen for us into something. Yeah, it changed it to Ubuntu. So we didn't even install Ubuntu, but it changed itself to it. Also, if you press escape while this is doing, it should... Okay, now we should see a graphical user interface. And there it is. So all we do now is we type in our super secret password. And we should be on the desktop. Which we are. So we can run htop, at least I think. Okay, Alex terminal. I'm going to run htop within here, and as you can see, we are using now 205 megs of RAM instead of our original what? Oh, actually, yeah, nearly 200 megs of RAM. So we're running at 186, which is still far better than other desktops that I've seen. So this one is definitely usable if you're looking for something low power. One thing we've been wondering is how many processes are there. So obviously our amount of processes has been increased just because of us installing the environment. I think we do have a file manager. Yes, we do. So it installed the file manager for us, which is really neat. It also has all the text things, which it opened up directly in Vim for us. Some of you do remember this. I did show you this in Vim before. So it's opening it up in Vim for us. So yeah, that's how you install the graphical user interface. You can pretty much change everything that you need. It's fully functional, and it's all up to you how you wanna tweak it. For now, we're gonna leave it as it is. You can also install some different stores and everything, but that's definitely up to you. Again, there's also the task manager, so we could have used that for a bit of a graphical representation. Those coming from Windows should find this quite familiar to the task manager in Windows itself. So we're using around 50% of our RAM, but bear in mind we have only 400 megs in this VM. So this is really nice, how low RAM or how little it's using. So yeah. So I hope you found this somewhat insightful into how to install a graphical user interface. And yeah, I think this should be pretty much it. I showed you pretty much everything. I showed you how to install apps, how to well, what else? I didn't show you places of getting software, so that's what we'll be covering in the next one. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one then. See ya.